He asked knowingly.
They might want to start a super heavyweight division for these guys. Unbelievable.
I hope the ring is well supported here this evening. We got damn near over a quarter of a ton in that ring. And now Stone Mountain opening up on Justice. I mentioned earlier that significant, conspicuous by her absence, of course, Athena, who last we saw took a landslide from Stone Mountain, which has taken out more than a few opponents in recent weeks.
Well, it looks like he's got it early in the clutches of the landslide, but Justice breaks those clutches there. Coming back with a clothesline, and you can see the sweat flying off of Justice. Unbelievable.
You can practically see the sternum jump out of the rib cage of Justice in the attempt. The power of Stone Mountain is nothing less than awe-inspiring.
You know, I tell you, there are so many hot feuds right now in the wild side. So many men that absolutely hate each other. And this situation is no different. Justice out for a measure of revenge, of course, because Stone Mountain put his valet, Athena, out. But these two have been brawling since well before Hardcore Hell. They faced at Hardcore Hell. Justice defeated Stone Mountain in a non-title match. And this feud has been going back and forth week after week on Wildside television, and it's culminating here, I do believe, tonight.
I would think so at the rate that Stone Mountain is going. He just threw Justice shoulder first to that iron post, and the ring actually moved a couple of inches. Good Lord.
Stone Mountain going to work on this monster in the corner, and you know, I have never seen two men their size so agile, Steven. Boot to the face. I mean, these guys are literally giants. Hip toss by Stone Mountain. Look at the power getting that monster up. And clotheslines him right over the top rope. Unbelievable.
The power moves from both of these opponents show no bounds. Truly awe-inspiring week after week. I mean, you're not going to be seeing these guys do moonsaults or Michinoku drivers, certainly. But damn it, they do everything else.
Well, you know, I tell you, there's an old saying in wrestling, the bigger you are, the less you have to do and get away with being successful.
Yeah, it's worked for a lot of guys in world-canceled wrestling.
These two men have rewritten the book on the big man in professional wrestling. It is unbelievable the things these men are capable of, and they're showing here tonight. Chair shot to the lower back of Justice.
Referee Andrew Thomas is within his rights to disqualify Stone Mountain, but Stone Mountain and Andrew Thomas exchanged a few words. I don't think it's in Andrew Thomas's good stead to get on the bad side of Stone Mountain.
Into the post goes Stone Mountain, and I think he moved the ring about 3 feet. Unbelievable. I am so amazed at these two athletes here. Justice now going to work. The hatred, and like we said before, I think there's a lot more to this situation than we know. It's not been really public, the history between these two, but I think we need to keep our eye on this one.
The power between these guys, the amount of punishment they dish out. And of course, we know about the problems in the legs of Stone Mountain. Seems like if you have a hard time with Stone Mountain and trying to knock the man off his feet, it's damn near impossible. The only way to do it is to go after those massive tree trunk-like legs.
There's a strategy. Stone Mountain went for a gear, almost a gear, with only one defeat, and that was in a non-title match. He has been the longest holder of this Wildside heavyweight title in the history of Wildside, even as far back to the 1970s in the history of the NWA Georgia Heavyweight Championship. Stone Mountain breaking the records each and every day.
What an amazing athlete. What a wide athlete. I can't get over. Look at the shoulder spans of Stone Mountain. And hey, and Justice ain't too far behind. Justice may be even bigger.
And we know Stone Mountain has the landslide, one of the most devastating finishes in wrestling today. And he goes down very hard, I might add, by a clothesline by Justice there. 2 count only.
I've seen some agricultural bulldozers not being as powerful as that clothesline from Justice. Not that I hang around a lot of agricultural bulldozers, of course, but...
Now Justice up to the second rope. He's big and he's agile and he's actually capable of doing maneuvers from up here, but it might not have been a smart move. Stone Mountain has it. This could be the landslide. No, Justice blocked it.
Stone Mountain taking way too long to administer that landslide, giving Justice ample opportunity to combat it. Oh dear, hair first. Right in the middle of the ring, Justice, oh, he's hurt.
Stone Mountain now going back to work on Justice. What a matchup. We are seeing the Wildside heavyweight title, all the marbles on the line.
Boy, that size 17 boot right to the face of Justice.
Now Stone Mountain pummeling Justice in the corner, just absolutely pummeling. This was in foot. Look at this power slam. Oh my goodness, on that size of a man too. This could be all over you.
He kicks out of a power slam administered by a guy as big as Stone Mountain. Shows you what Justice is made of. God, he's a massive man himself. But yes, resiliency is in his MO.
And don't forget about the finishing maneuver of Justice. It's the death penalty, known in Japan as the Miracle Ecstasy Bomb. It's a choke slam into a Michinoku driver combination. And it is almost, if not as lethal as the landslide. As a matter of fact, he defeated Stone Mountain with that maneuver.
It took 5 times, though. He had to administer that times 5 times on Stone Mountain before he actually got a non-title victory out of it.
And he could be going for it here. Well, Stone Mountain manages to get free of the clutches. Interestingly enough, Stone Mountain, when he goes for the landslide, has 2 heads around the throat, Justice only having 1 with a death penalty. But still interesting now, Stone Mountain's got him choking him in the corner. This Wildside heavyweight title match, and now without the equalizer Athena on the outside, I think Stone Mountain finally has a fair fight.
I think maybe he does. But a fair fight against Justice still may not go in your favor, as we've seen more than a few times.
There's the landslide, unbelievable, and what the hell?
What's Jeff Bailey doing out here? He has no affiliation with either of these people.
Not in recent weeks, anyway. He was the guy that originally brought Justice in Wildside to take out Air Paris, but that day has come and gone.
But now Andrew Thomas has decided to talk with Bailey instead of counting a very obvious pin from Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain in the face of Jeff G. Bailey. I hope he gets his hands around Bailey's throat and breaks his stinking neck. Wait a minute. Justice has him. He's got him. He's got him. It's going to be a death penalty.
A death penalty. It took Jeff Bailey, of all people, to divert the attention, the somewhat often accused of being of paid attention, of Andrew Thomas. And then death penalty number 1. And we know that Justice is capable of more than 1.
He's going for another one. He's got him in the clutches. He could be going for the death penalty. There's another one. Oh, my goodness.
Death penalty number 2 from Justice.
And Stone Mountain kicked out. Unbelievable. I am in shock. I am amazed. Stone Mountain, the Wildside heavyweight champion, is up. The death penalty cannot stop him.
You know, I think we should be amazed, but frankly, I'm not amazed. We've seen Stone Mountain pull feats out of the woodwork before. It's an unbelievable gifted guy. Where he gets it from, I have no idea, but hell, I want some.
That is why he's quite possibly the most unbeatable athlete in Wildside history. Now Jeff G. Bailey pulled in the leg again.
Is Bailey on the Justice payroll? On the Athena payroll? Does such a thing exist? Oh, no!
He must be at this point. Now he's got him up. Oh, my goodness. There's a variation of the death penalty.
Number 3. Oh, my God, he got the pin.
We got a new champion. I am astonished.
A new Wildside heavyweight champion, and his name is Justice.
The winner of the match and new Wildside heavyweight champion, the monster known as Justice.
Justice could very well have pulled this off on his own with probably a little bit more tenacity, perhaps a few more minutes, but it took Jeff Bailey, of all people, a man who has no affiliation with Justice.
It looks like he does now.
Yeah, I would think so. Maybe Bailey thinks that Justice would owe him one, and Justice is pretty happy about this.
Well, he brought him into Wildside, and Jeff G. Bailey has a stacked deck with suicidal tendencies. Eddie Golden and Justice. He's got the most unbeatable team in the history of Wildside.
And now he has the Wildside heavyweight champion, and that is Justice. Now, Stone Mountain has beat Justice before. It hasn't happened often, but it's happened before. It could happen again. But now we have a new Wildside heavyweight champion. His name is Justice. Coming up next, members of Bad Attitude face each other one-on-one. It's next here on NWA Wildside.